Right. Hopefully we'll get a few folk on. Hiya. Right, just got to work out where the okay. I'm not sure where I'll see the comments. If I minimise that, maybe it'll come up the side. I don't know. Fingers crossed someone will comment in a minute and I'll see. Right. I'm not seeing a single soul. Not sure what's going on because I can't really find. Check your internet connection. Okay. Right, I can't see any comments. I'm hoping I'm getting comments, but I can't see any. So give me 2 ticks till I get my iPad for a minute. Nothing ever goes right for me. Give me 2 ticks. Right, turn the volume down. And signs of the afterlife. Okay. Right, yep, I've got 12 comments, so I don't know why I'm not getting right. Hi Linda. Hi Joanne. Hi Lorraine. Thanks for having me on, Lorraine. Right, I'm going to have this below me. As I say, nothing ever goes right. Never mind. Right. Okay, right. The comments aren't coming on my computer, so if I look down, you know that I'm reading comments. Okie doke. Right, I'm going to start off tonight. I do have a lady with me, and she's been with me for the last 10-15 minutes or so. Okay? And I do get the name Linda. That's why I said hi Linda when I saw Linda on there. I wondered if it was for her or not, but I got the name Linda. Okay. Right. This lady's given me something like Walnut Grove, something Grove. It's something Nut Grove. If anyone can understand that at all, they could just, as I say, pop your hand up or just say that that you understand. As I say, I've got the name Linda. I've got this lady, and I've got that she's actually really pretty. She's got such a, I want to say a plain face, but such a pretty face, if that makes sense. She wasn't one for makeup, and she wasn't one for like false eyelashes and things like that. She just had a bit of cream on her face in the mornings, and that was her. So yeah, if you can, as I say, yeah, I can get them on my, I've got them on my iPad, so don't worry about it. So anyway, as I say, if anyone can understand this lady, as I say, I've got the name Linda. This lady, as I say, very pretty face. She wasn't the type to wear an awful lot of makeup at all. She was just a natural beauty, really. She'd give me something like Walnut Grove, Pine Nut Grove. It's pine. It's there and I can't get it out. It's something Nut Grove. If anyone can understand that at all, just say, as I say. Right. Apart from that, what else are you saying? Okay, this lady had I want to say light coloured hair, and she had it in a sort of longish bob. If you can understand that. Um, and she had it like highlighted. It was light hair, but she had it highlighted. And as I say, it's like a longish bob, but went sort of up at her back and down here is what she's showing me, because she's showing me with her head sort of down, and it's all sort of following around her face. It's really pretty hair. Um, okay, I'm in this live. No, there's no one else in the live. It's just myself at the moment. But as I say, if you can understand any of this, yes, we are live. Yeah, we are live. Um, as I say, if anyone can understand, as I say, I would please just say. Um, as I say, she gave me the name Linda. That could be her. It could be a friend of hers. It could be a sister. It could be anyone around her. As I say, this lady, as I say, she did look after her hair. She looked after her skin. Right. She's also making me very aware of my chest. Okay. So I Okay, I want to say, I, I want to say it was her lungs more than her heart. It was her lungs that I'm feeling sort of, yeah, definitely lungs. Whether it was asthma or COPD, I'm not sure. But as I say, this lady definitely was really really tight with her breathing. Does anyone understand this at all? As I say, apologies, I'm looking down because I'm looking down at my iPad for your replies. Um, so yeah, um, okay. As I say, you can take Linda and the blonde hair with the cut, Sharon Louise Hobbs. Perfect, thank you, Sharon. Okie doke. As I say, I am feeling a tightness across this lady's chest, and I don't want to say it was like a heart attack or anything like that. I want to say it's lungs because she's making me like fight for my breath. If you can understand that, Sharon. Okay, and I want to say, as I say, she wasn't a big one for makeup. She keeps going back to her face. She wasn't a big one for makeup, but she did look after her skin. If you can understand that at all, Sharon. I also want to say that this lady was. She always had a positive outlook. If you can understand that, her outlook on life was make the most of what you've got, basically. Yes, Linda had chest problems and she passed away. Okay, thank you, thank you. As I say, she she was the type of woman who wasn't dealt the best hand, if that makes sense, but she made the best of what she had. Um, Hi, Donnie. Yeah, so she, as I say, she wasn't. There's a word that she's given me, and I can't think what I can't get it out. It's on the tip of my tongue, and I can't get it out. But as I say, she turned every negative into a positive. As I say, she wasn't given the best hands in life, but she made the best of what she had. If you can understand that at all, Sharon. Yet plain face, no makeup, nothing. But as I say, she did look after her skin. I mean, she loved her hair. And as I say, I am seeing it in a shortish at the back bob, long at the front. And she's got a habit of looking down. And I can see the hair coming over her face, if you know what I mean. As I say, she's also given me darts. I don't know if she liked watching the darts. I don't know if she played darts, but she certainly enjoyed darts. And in fact, she's given me what I would say would be like a small trophy. So I don't know if in her younger days she played darts or whatever she did. Thank you, thank you. Okay. She's also given me. I want to say there's a baby girl over in the spirit world with her, because she's come through holding this baby girl. It's like I'm asking if this baby girl was hers, and to be perfectly honest, I'm not getting a reply. But she's come through holding this baby in a pink blanket. I say, you can understand. Thank you, thank you. Okay. Okay. She's given me a school. She's given me a school. Now I don't. I, right. She's given me a school, and she's given me. It looks like a young, like a play school room. She's given me, you know, like a primary one or a like a preschool room with the chunky toys and all that sort of stuff in, which makes me. Did this lady or yourself, Louise, not Louise, Sharon Louise, apologies, work in a school with like preschool children? Because this is what she's given me. She's given me all these children running around, and it's like chunky toys, and it's big climb on toys and everything else. Yes, darts. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, she's given me these chunky toys, as I say, and I don't know if it's you that she's saying that works with these children or herself. I want to say herself. Um, Oh, it's your baby. Okay, thank you, thank you. As I say, she was, as I say, holding this little girl, and I didn't get that it was hers. So thank you. So yeah, she's taken again. She's taken me to this nursery. I'm asking her, one of her favourite places, and she's given me this child's nursery. So I'm taking it that she worked in a child's nursery, or she enjoyed volunteering when her child was there, if you can understand that, okay? Um, she's also given me sports fields. She's watching children on a sports field. I believe that children was the centre of this lady's life. We met there at the primary school. Okay, thank you. As I say again, she's given me, as I say, like a sports field, and it's like watching like rugby, football, and running and that sort of thing. But it's like she's at the sidelines watching on. If you can understand that, okay. Okay. Would you like to say anything to Sean? Memories. She's talking. Okay, she's talking about memories. Okay, she's talking about nights out, but not nights out to the likes of a bar or a disco or anything else. It was like it. Okay, right. She's given me like a table with a meal and that on it. That was the type of nights out that you preferred, with a glass of wine so you can sit and talk. If that can make sense, I'm asking her for memories, and this is what she's given me. She's given me, as I say, a table with 2 or 3 like women around it, a glass of wine, and just a laugh and a joke and a gossip and a lovely evening out. She picked up her great grandchildren from nursery and yes, through school food too. Thank you. As I say, I am asking her about shared memories, and she's talking about, as I say, going on like an evening out, as I say, or it could even be a lunchtime meal. But it's women sitting around a table with a glass of wine, and even a cup of coffee, and just having a nice couple of hours, and everyone yapping. That's what she's telling me is a shared memory with you, okay? And that is exactly what she's telling you to do, to go out and make memories, Sharon. She's not just okay, right. She's not just giving you memories to look back on. She's telling you to go out and make memories. She's saying that you haven't been I don't want to say that you haven't been going out as such, but you haven't. Yeah, I am going to say that actually. You haven't been enjoying yourself like you should be doing, is what she's saying. Yes, we had night out at the spiritualist church. Okay, because I'm seeing this, as I say, table with women and that's sitting around. But she's saying you haven't been going right. You haven't been going out as such like you used to be doing, and she wants to see you going out and enjoying yourself again. So yeah. Okay. This lady's also given me. She's given me oracle cards. Now I'm not a reader of oracle cards, but we had coffee dates and lunch. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Thank you. She's given me oracle cards. Okay. This lady, I don't know if she read oracle cards or you read oracle cards, but there's definite oracle cards that she's given me. Okay. She's shuffling them and she's dealing the pack. Okay, she's dealing the pack, and on the card that she's given you, there's 2 people. There's a man and there's a woman, and they are holding hands. Okay, so why are you telling me this? Okay, right. There's a man and a woman and a dog on this card. I'm trying to work out what the message is on this card, because it's the card that she wants to give you, Sharon. In fact, if you can understand that at all. Okay. Okay. No, I've got no idea. I've got no idea if you have a partner, a dog, or whatever. But she's handing you this card, and all I can do is describe it. It's got a man on a man on it, a woman on it. They're holding hands and they're walking a dog, and there's trees along both sides. So it's like confirming, making memories. If you can understand that, the oracle cards are yours. We'll look in it and see if there's a card like that with a man, a woman, a dog, and trees. And whatever message is on this card, that message is for you, Sharon. And with that, I'll leave our love. And thank you so much for working with me. Okie doke. Right. Okay. Does anyone understand the word Sunnyside views? Sunnyside, Sunnyside view, Sunnyside road, Sunnyside something or other. Because I'm seeing a road sign with the word Sunnyside written on it. If you can, anyone can understand that at all. Again, apologies. I'm looking down because I'm trying to get on my iPad. You were always welcome to a live. You understand the card. Brilliant. Thank you so much, Sharon. Right. Does anyone understand the word Sunnyside? Sunnyside Road, Sunnyside Avenue, Sunnyside, or even the name of a house, Sunnyside. I'm seeing what I think is a road sign with the word Sunnyside on it. If anyone can understand that, I do have a lady and a gentleman coming through with the word Sunnyside. Okay, I have this couple. They are quite an elderly couple. I want to say they were well in their 80s when they passed. Okay, they come in together. They spent their life together, and it wasn't long when one passed to the other one passed as well. Okay, as I said, they were devoted to each other, but they used to niggle at each other, is what they're saying. My goodness, that's me and my partner. Our dog has bone cancer, that's why he's not been out much. You're welcome, Sharon. You really are welcome. Thank you for confirming. Okay, as I say, I've got this road sign, Sunnyside. I've got this elderly couple. They were in their 80s when they passed. And I want to say, the first thing that came to my head was the gentleman passed first, but there wasn't long before the wife passed as well. That might be the wrong way around, but that's what I'm getting, so that's what I'm giving. Okay. As I say, they done everything together. They were together from one was 17 and the other one was about 18. They spent their life together. Everything that they done together is what they're saying, and they grew up together. Sunnyside Caravan Park. Perfect, Wendy. Okay, do you understand this lady and this gentleman in their 80s that passed? As I say, one passed first, and not long after the other one passed. Okay. So as I say, they done everything together. They met when they're giving me the ages of 17 and 18. So as I say, that was when they met. They spent their life together. Now give me something that I can. I'm getting the name Harold. Okay, 65 years married. Brilliant. Thank you so much. I'm getting the name Harold. Okay. That could be the gentleman. It could be in and around them. Okay. I'm getting the name Harold, and I don't believe that he was called Harry. I believe that his name was Harold. If you make that, Wendy Harrison, you can take that as well. Perfect. Thank you. Right. Let's. You will be down. They live next to a. They live next to a play park, because they're showing me out of their window, and there's children on swings. There's a slide. There's an old-fashioned. Do you remember the old-fashioned witch's hat with the kids on it? Well, they're showing me that out of their window, so I believe that this is what they're seeing out of their window. So they live near a child's park, and they can see the comings and goings. Okay, 16 and 19. Okay, thank you. Okay. As I say, they done everything together, and I want to say, I'm going to call him Harold because that's what I believe his name was. Okay. This man could turn his hand to anything. He was the classic jack of all trades, master of none. If no Harold, okay, that's fine. I won't call him Harold. There's definitely Harold around him. Okay. As I say, he was one of those people that could turn his hand to anything. If something went wrong with his car, he could go out and sort it. If something went wrong with the boiler, he could go and sort it. If something went wrong with the washing machine, etc., you know where I'm going. Okay. As I say, he was jack of all trades and master of none. He's also given me. I don't know if you. He's given me the name Sunbeam. Is it a Talbot Sunbeam or a Talbot? Is it a Talbot Sunbeam? He's given me an orange car. Okay, and it is orange. It's a, like quite a gaudy orange car, okay? And I'm sure it's a Talbot Sunbeam is what he's given me, okay? If you can understand that, yes to the play park, your dad's home. Perfect, thank you so much, okay? And as I say, he has given me this Talbot, I'm sure it's a Talbot Sunbeam car he's given me, and as I say, it's orange. It's like a gaudy orange, if you know what I mean. And that's the car that he's showing me that they used to go on their Sunday drives with and everything. Yes, thank you so much. Okay. And he's also he's showing me a sheepskin, okay? Why are you showing me a sheepskin? He showed me a sheepskin on the back of the sofa that he was really, really proud of. I don't know if he saved up, they saved up their money and they got this long sheepskin on the back of the sofa. It's like a double sheepskin is what I'm seeing, okay? Why are you showing me the double sheepskin? I don't know if you can. He has a lot of cars. Okay, well, there's definitely this orangey coloured one, as I say. I want to say that, as I say, I'm seeing him under the bonnet of a car, and I'm seeing him, as I say, if something went wrong with the car, he could sort it, if that makes sense to you. But as I say, he is showing me like a double sheepskin on the back of a sofa, and I can't quite work out why he's showing me that, but maybe you'll understand it. Okay. He was very, very good with his hands as well. Very good with his hands. And there's also the lady showing me that she could doodle. She could draw. She could doodle. She's showing me with a pencil in her hand, which if it had been a pen, I would have said writing. But she's showing me with a pencil in her hand. So I believe that she enjoyed, drawing things and whatnot. Okay. She's also okay. I don't know what you call them. Do you remember those years ago? There used to be like a clown's face. Is it Piro or Perio or something like on the wall? Like just like a mask on the wall. And she's showing me two of those on like a bedroom wall, if you can understand that at all. Okay, you're saying me, so I'm not quite sure what you're saying that to, Wendy. So I'm not quite sure who I'm with then, if that's the case. Hey, okay. Right. Right, I'm not 100% sure who I'm with because I thought I was with Wendy, who was agreeing with a lot of things, and now she's saying that, yeah, Piero. Thank you, Linda. Now she's saying not for me, so I'm not quite sure. I did sing as the advert back then. Okay, right. So I'm going to carry on going, and as I say, if it's for you, Wendy, please let us know, please. Thank you. As I say, she's showing me these two Pieros, or I don't even know how to pronounce the word, to be perfectly honest. But on the wall, these two clowns' faces, and there's like a teardrop down on his cheek, okay, and it's got like a weird sort of berry hat on. Is what she's showing me. She's showing me two of these on a bedroom wall, and the bedroom seems to be all like purple and cream and flowers. Yes, to the Piretta. Okay, yeah, okay, perfect, thank you. She's also showing me a bedspread with these clowns' faces on as well. Okay, I'm calling them clowns' faces because I really can't pronounce the name. Right. Okay. Okay, right. She's letting. It's the lady that came in this time. I believe it's maybe your grandparents. Okay, because I'm hearing the word grandparents. Okay, but what this lady is saying to me that recently, whoever I'm with recently has been somewhat heroic. Okay, they've done something that's out of their comfort zone. Basically, they've been really out of their comfort zone, by doing something, and they've given me the word heroic, and I'm asking them what they've done, but it's like, I want to say you could have almost saved someone's life. Does that make sense to you? Because it's like someone, yes, we had them, thank you. It's like, yeah, it's like almost like I want to say that someone on here has saved someone's life recently. Does anyone understand that? Wendy, do you understand it? Andrea, do you understand it? That's two people I might be working with, but I believe it's Wendy. But as I say, do you understand about you or someone around you has gone out of their comfort zone and I want to say literally saved someone? Maybe saved someone from themselves or saved someone from. Does that? Is that making sense to anyone at all? There's a lag here as well, which isn't helping. Right, I'll stay quiet for a minute and hopefully I'll get an answer. Hi, Marianne. Does anyone understand this at all? Is it making any sort of sense to you? We're lagging. No, but I have been doing something. Okay, okay. Whatever it is, you certainly come out of your comfort zone. Okay. Your sister-in-law said, okay, okay. But you'll need to go. You'll need to accept all the rest of it, Tracy, if that makes sense. But okay, right. Wendy, if you wouldn't usually do, yeah, that's what I'm getting. It's like someone has stepped out their comfort zone and just really, as I say, stepped out their comfort zone basically. Okay. I'm asking what it is. She's given me the word. She's given me the word interview. Okay. Now I don't know if you've had an interview. I don't know if what you stepped out of your comfort zone and would lead to an interview. I'm not sure, but she's given me an interview and she's given me like a positive feedback. Okay. Feel I've saved someone from a life they had with someone. Okay, Shelley, thank you. But as I say, you'd have to take all the rest before that, if that makes sense. But anyway, as I say, she's saying that she's given me the word interview, and she's saying that positive things will come from you stepping out of your comfort zone, if that makes sense. Okay, Wendy. That's okay, Tracy. Don't worry about it. Yes, thank you. Okay. She's just saying that bigger and better things are coming to you. You know, she said you've played small long enough, is her words. Okay, you've played small long enough, and bigger and better things are coming to you. But you've stepped out of your comfort zone once. You need to keep stepping out of your comfort zone, and that comfort would build up around you. Is what she's saying basically. Okay, she's just saying that if there's anything to do with business, she just wants you to err on the cautious side, if that makes sense. Anything to do with finances or anything else, she wants you to err on the cautious side. Think before you do anything, is what she's saying. So with that, Wendy, I'll leave our love with you, because as I say, it's not that she's fading, I'm losing the link. So as I say, I will leave her love with you, and thank you so much for taking. Okie doke. Right, I think this is for Wendy, Tracy, but thanks as always for your support. No, thank you. Okay, right. Okay. Right, I have. Okay, I have a young man here. Okay, and I want to say he's young. I want to say he was maybe late 20s, early 30s, and but I want to say early 30s maximum. I'm airing towards the 20s. Okay. And this gentleman was telling me that he worked in, it was, okay, right. He showed me what I would believe would be like a big hangar warehouse place. And he's showing me boxes of stuff. So this gentleman worked either in a factory or a hangar, like a delivery hangar, if that makes sense. Because he's showing me loads of boxes. He's showing me like a forklift truck and it was your parents, Wendy. Thank you, thank you. As I say, this gentleman, as I say, worked in what I would class as like a hangar that they keep, you know, it's big enough to put an airplane in, that sort of size, okay? So if anyone can understand this at all, okay. This gentleman also tells me that he used to like his video games, he used to like his PlayStation, his Xbox or whatever. I'm airing towards the PlayStation is what he's showing me, okay? And he used to sit, he's telling me that he used to sit up all through the night playing these games and conversing back and forward from like people in Australia and America and I don't know where else. But he, as I say, he used to be conversing all night to his mates playing these games. Does anyone understand that at all? Right, again, apologies looking down. I'm looking to see. You're welcome, Wendy. Anyone understand this young man? This young man, as I say, the name Mark or Marcus is coming into my head. Again, it might not be him. It could be someone around him. As I say, it was 2 ticks till I stop him from snoring. Apologies. 2 ticks. It's okay. Can't be helped. Just apologising. Sorry. I just can't concentrate with him snoring. Right, yeah, so as I say, this boy with the name of, I will say it's his name, but it could be anyone around him. Marco Marcus is the name that I'm getting, okay? As I say, he worked at a big, massive hangar. And as I say, it was like some delivery distribution place, if that makes sense. Yes, Mark, okay. Thank you so much, Mickey. Okay. I want to say, as I say, he's telling me that he used to sit up, as I say, and yap to folk, different countries and everything else, but all playing the PlayStation and whatnot. And he had a lot of friends in that way. He found it was easier to talk to mates on the internet than he did in real life, if that makes sense. I'm not going to say he was shy. He didn't know his workplace though, okay. I'm not going to say he was shy, but there was like a shell that you had to get through, if that makes sense. Oh, thank you, Lorraine. Yeah, as I say, there was like a shell that you had to get through. But when he was speaking to his mates on the internet, he was, he wasn't the life and the soul, but he'd get on with them well. He would laugh and joke with them and everything else, which he didn't necessarily do in real life, if that makes sense. Okay. He's also telling me that he was when he was younger, he used to really enjoy swimming. It's like he would be swimming, and I want to say like school competitions, that sort of thing. He he held back. Yes, yeah, I'm definitely getting that he held back. As I say, it's like when people couldn't see him, like on the internet, he was fine. But after that, it was like, do you know what I mean? It was like just different in real life than it was on the internet, if that makes sense. So yeah, as I say, he's taking me back to the swimming again. He used to be really good at swimming. He used to enjoy diving. He used to do anything with the water that he really enjoyed doing. And as I say, had he gone further, he could have got to competition level, but he didn't. Okay. Okay, what would you like to say? What would you like to say? Okay, he's given me a motorbike, but it's not a big motorbike, Mickey. It's like a not a scrambler, but you know, like a little 50cc, like one of those mopedy things that I believe that he used to go back and forward to his work on. But as I say, it certainly wasn't a big motorbike. It was, as I say, just a little one. Just, I think, just done the necessary getting back and forward to work. If you can understand that at all. Um, okay. He's also telling me that, and he had, although he had this love for swimming and everything else, and as I say, he could have got to competition levels. He actually enjoyed cooking and things like that. He wasn't, as I say, he wasn't a big one for going out as such. But as I say, if he pottered around the house when he wasn't stuck on his PlayStation, because that's what he says that he was doing a lot of the time, was he was stuck on his PlayStation. But he actually enjoyed cooking, you know, like baking cakes and things like that. Things that is not manly to do, is what he's laughing and saying. We live next to a swimming pool on our estate. Thank you, thank you. And yeah, a scooter type thing, Linda. So yeah, this is what he's given me, as I say, going back and forward to his work. And basically that's all he done. He worked and came home and played his PlayStation. And when he wasn't doing that, as I say, he did enjoy, he enjoyed baking, he enjoyed cooking. Okay, he's given me, I can't work out what that is he's given me something like, maybe you will understand this, Mickey. He's given me something, it's like a, I'll tell you what it reminds me of. You know at Halloween when you get the spider's webs, you know, the like the white cottony spider's webs, that's what he's given me. It's like a net, but it reminds me of that spider's web. Do you understand that at all, Mickey? Because I'm not quite sure what he's handed me. The only way I can describe it, as I say, it's like a fishing net, but it's not. It's like a, as I say, and the only other thing, nearest thing I can get to it is like a, you know, like those spider web things that you put on the outside of your building at Halloween. Does that make any sort of sense to you, Mickey? Because it's not making any sort of sense to me, but he's handed it to me like I should know what it is. Maybe you know what it is. Do you decorate your house at Halloween? Has that got a meaning for you? Because that's what... He's given me no other clues. Like he's not given me any other like Halloween decorations or anything else. He's just given me this thing that to me looks like a spider's web. If you can understand that at all, Mickey. As I say, there is a lag. There is a lag here. Hi, Ashley. There's a lag here, and I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay. Right. He's also given. Right, he's handed me that, okay, and he's also given me like a skull. It's got all I can see is like a skull's face, so it's got something to do with Halloween. It's got to have something to do with Halloween, Mickey. If you can understand. Not sure where he is going, and no, not Halloween, but did years ago. Okay, as I say, that's the only thing I can think of. It looks to me like a Halloween decoration, and he's given me a skull as well. So if that makes any sort of sense to you at all, that's fine. Because it's certainly not making any sense to me. Okay. He's also given me terraced houses. He's given me like terraced houses, okay? And they're all sort of stuck together, if that makes sense. But he's also given me a tiny small back garden. This tiny small back garden had a little shed in it, okay? And he's taken me out to this little shed. Why you take me out to the little shed? There's nothing really particular. There's a push bike. There's a push bike in this shed. Okay, right. Okay, there's a push bike in this. No, there's a push bike in this shed, and that's it. That and a lawnmower. A tiny little push lawnmower. Why he's taking me out to the shed, I really don't know, Mickey. If you can understand that at all. Hi, Cherry Ann. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure why he's taking me out to the shed, but there's nothing in it apart from a push bike, and it's like a really one of those thin tired ones, quite the tall ones with the crossbar, if that makes sense. I think it's like a racer's bike. He's given me that scene in a small shed and like a pushy lawnmower, and that's it. I'm asking him if he goes out in the bike, and I'm not getting an answer, and I'm asking him why he's giving me the lawnmower, and I'm not getting an answer either. So really don't know his nan's shed. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, I'm asking him to take me to memorable places, if you can understand that. He's also taken me to a corner shop. All right, I'm asking for a memorial place. He's taken me to a corner shop and said that he worked there on a Saturday when he was at school. Okay, if you can understand that at all, Mickey. As I say, it was like a Saturday job, Saturday Sunday job. In a like a newsagent's come little like supermarket place. You know what I mean? It's got like a little grocery store. He worked there the weekends and after school. Okay. He's also given me a paper round that he done a paper round when he was at school, and he's telling me he'd done more at school than he did when he left school. It was like when he left school, that's when he sort of became, I don't want to say a loner as such, but I do want to say, as I say, he kept himself to himself. You had to sort of pull a conversation out of him, is what he's telling me. And as I say, he did go to work every day, but he'd play on his PlayStation half the night. So that's what he's telling me. He's also telling me that he, this is about you. He can come and cut my lawn if he's bored. Okay. Okay, right. Okay, right. There's something. He's telling me that there's something that you're thinking of doing. You're not. Right. It's not a business thing, but you're thinking of doing something. You're thinking of changing jobs, or you're thinking of getting a new job, or you're thinking there's something along the lines of you need a change, is what he's trying to tell me. And that change, what he's trying to say is that the change that you want isn't going to work until you change yourself, if you can understand that. He's saying that you're wanting to change your job, you're wanting like more out of life, if that makes sense. But he's saying you have to change in here first. Does that make any sort of sense to you? I moved away when he was about 18, so I didn't know much what he got up to. Okay, no, that makes sense, as I say. And he's telling me, as I say, that there's something that you want. There's something that you want to change jobs. But he's saying it boils down to the fact you want more out of life, is what he's saying. And he's saying for you to learn about yourself before you're going to find that, not happiness as such, but fulfill that need, is what he's trying to say. So you'll know yourself, as I say, if there's something that you're chasing after at the moment, whether it be a new job, new accommodation. There's something that you're wanting to change, and he's saying, I think I know where he's going here. Okay, perfect. Well, he's just saying he wants get to know yourself. Get to know yourself, Mickey, is what he's saying. Because he's saying without that, you're searching for your birth father. Okay. Well, he wants you to get to know yourself, so that, how do I put this? So that you've got the strength to face anything, if that makes sense. That's what he's wanting you to do. He's trying to tell you to go inwards to get that strength to face anything that comes in the future, if you can understand that. And with that, Mickey, I'll leave his love with you, and thank you so much for taking him. Yeah, searching for, yeah, okay, perfect. Thank you so much, as I say. Right. Okay, I have a gentleman. Excuse me. I have a gentleman just stepped forward. Okay. And this gentleman, he's got jeans on. He's got like a plaid shirt, and I want to say he was in his 60s when he passed. Okay, you know, like a plaid shirt, like a tartany sort of shirt, if you know what I mean. And as I say, he's got his jeans on, and he's got his belt. He's got a bit of a belly and that on him, sort of middle-aged spread, and he's laughing. Okay, and he's talking about pancreatic cancer. Okay, so this gentleman passed from pancreatic cancer, and he's talking about the importance of, he's talking about the importance of checking yourself. Now, okay, it's not the importance of checking yourself at all. I picked that up wrong. Apologies. It's the importance of listening to yourself, knowing yourself, and knowing when there's something wrong and going getting it sorted. That's exactly what he's saying. It's not checking yourself at all, but it's, as I say, listening to your own body, if that makes sense. You can take stomach cancer, Ashley. Okie doke. As I say, your pancreas is, I believe it's under your, it's leading down into your stomach anyway. Okay, Ashley. So it could be with you and with. But as I say, everyone else keep their eyes open, or their ears open anyway. Okay. As I say, this gentleman, do you remember years ago they used to, you don't really see it much now, but they used to have like a St. Christopher, but it was like a big St. Christopher, more like a, they used to laugh and call him medallion mans, you know, man in his 60s, yep. You know, what was it? It wasn't a St. Christopher, it was something like a sovereign, if you know what I mean. Please shirt, I'm having issues with pancreas. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Ashley. And he used to wear, as I say, I believe it's actually a sovereign necklace. Okay, because he always believed that if he had this necklace, that he would never go without, if that makes sense. If you can, didn't know Sarah had moved on. Sorry, thank you for the message. No, you're okay, Mickey. Thank you so much for working with me, as I say. Yeah, so this man, as I say, he had like a, they used to laugh and call him medallion men, or medallion man. As I say, it was a I'm sure it was a sovereign, and it would have been worth a few £100 or whatever back at the time. And he's showing me this, and he's saying, because he's making it a point of, as I say, making me aware of my necklace, although it's not a medallion, and he's giving me the word medallion and, as I say, a sovereign. Okay, so we've got this sovereign, and the reason he wore a sovereign was because no matter what happened, he always had a couple £100 around his neck, is the way he looked at it. Okay, if you can understand that at all, anyone that's listening. Okay. You've ever had a St. Christopher, okie doke. Right, and as I say, he used to wear his shirt open a couple of, he never had it closed up like that. He hated being hemmed in, if that makes sense. So he always had it opened a couple of buttons. Okay, and he's showing me his hands, and he had like short fingers, but you know, I've got quite long fingers, but he had short fingers and thick hands, if that makes sense. Okay, and he used to bite his nails. He's telling me that he used to bite his nails. In fact, I can see that he bit his nails. Okay, he's also telling me that he okay, he loved his music. Okay, and he had a really expensive I wanted to say, but in the 90s, maybe 80s, 90s, somewhere like that, maybe the 90s. He had a really, really expensive taste when it came to his music, and he had like top of the range, like record player with tape decks and everything else. You know, like hi-fi unit, or I was going to say a Wi-Fi unit, but it's not. It's a hi-fi unit, with the record player on the top and the tapes and the discs and everything else. Yeah, huge hands. He had like small fingers, but big hands, if that makes sense. As I say, and he was really proud of this hi-fi. I keep wanting to say Wi-Fi, but it's not. It's hi-fi unit. He was really proud of this, and I say he always had music on. Um, he had music blaring. Another one, he had music blaring in his car, and he had speakers on the back, on the back bit of the car. He had speakers back there. Um, as I say, music was a big part of his life, if you know what I mean. No, not with me, sorry. Okay, no problem. Thanks for telling me, Ashley. Okay, doke. Anyone else, as I say, loved ABBA? Okay. He's not showing me what kind of music it was. He's just letting me know that he loved his music. And as I say, he spent a fortune on this hi-fi thing. Okay. This hi-fi had the like a glass door. He showed me the glass door that opened with a record player on the top. And as I say, you opened it up and there was like twin tapes and everything. So I'm sure we're talking 90s, maybe 80s, 90s. Okay. I also want to say that he liked a good bet on the horses, is what he's telling me. He showed me that he showed me the Grand National. Okay. So he liked a good bet on the horses, and he quite often come out a winner when it come to betting on the horses. Yeah, record hi-fi. Yep, and loved his music. Okay, you can still take all of this. Okay. Okay, right, come on, tell me something else. As I say, he used to enjoy betting on the horses, he used to enjoy betting on the dogs. He showed me a betting shop with all the screens, okay? Not that they used to have all the screens, but that's how he's showing me, so I know it's a betting shop, okay? He's also telling me that as I say, I want to say that money was quite important to him. He wouldn't waste it as such. And as I say, he's making me a point of going back to this necklace. This necklace was worth a bob or two, and the way he looked at it was, anything happened to him, he had his necklace to fall back onto, if you can understand that, okay? And as I say, he's also going on about he enjoyed watching. No, I was going to say football, but I actually think it was rugby. It's one of that two. I was going to say football to start with, but as I say, I saw an oval shape, so I'm going to say rugby, okay? He enjoyed watching that. Anything that he could bet on, and he didn't do big bets or anything else, but he did have a couple of quid on this and a couple of quid on that, and loved gambling. Yep. I maybe think I'm with you. You can still take it all, Andrea, as well. Okay, he owns a betting office. Okay, now I am confused. Okay, right, come on. As I say, money was important to him. Money was important to him. The way he looked at it, you couldn't get far in his life if you didn't have money. So he done his best to make money, if that makes sense. Okay. I also want to say that when he got excited, he used to like stutter. If that makes sense, if it's like he'd trip over his words and stutter. His son played rugby. Okay. As I say, it was a rugby ball I saw. Okay. So, as I say, this gentleman stuttered, when he spoke fast, or he would trip over his words, okay, is what he's making me, okay, I feel like I'm going to thingy bob over my words. Anything you can bet on, yep, his son play rugby, yep, okay, right. I also want to say that this gentleman had something around here on his face. I don't know if it was like a boil or a spare bit of skin, like a beauty spot thing, but just around about here on his face he had something. I need to go have a very high blood sugar. Thanks, Linda, thank you. Go and look after yourself. Yep, he'd get overexcited winning the bookies. Yep, okay, right. Something to do with his face here. I'm not quite sure what side it is. I'm going to my left side, and it's like some sort of like a loose bit of skin, or a beauty spot, or something. But it wasn't brown like a beauty spot. There was something definitely here that he's making me go to, that he used to quite like when he was thinking. He used to pick at this thing on his face. Does that make sense to anyone? He got bit by a dog in his face. Okay. Well, it was, as I say, there's definitely something here. And as I say, he used to, when he was thinking or deep in thought, his hand would go to it, and he would, just rub his fingers over it and play with that area. Okay. He's also telling me that he used to use, oh, what do you call that stuff? You know that, it's like men's hair dye, but it's just one colour that he used to put on it. You know, he used to brush it in. Not Brill cream, but it's like a hair dye, if that makes sense. He used to use that, is what he's telling me. And he's showing me, I don't know if he was at a wedding. In fact, he must have been at a wedding because he's showing me like a flower on it, and he's on like a dark bluish suit. Okay, it's like a three-piece suit with the waistcoat, the trousers, and the jacket, and there's a flower in his pocket. So he's showing me at a wedding. If you can, anyone can understand that at all. He had a brown mole. Okay, I'm still not 100% sure who I'm with here, to be perfectly honest with you. Okay. He's showing me, as I say, dressed up in like a blue suit at a wedding. As I say, there's a pink flower here, and a handkerchief in his pocket, and a pink flower here, and it's like a blue suit, and it's a three-piece suit because he's got a waistcoat on, a jacket on, and trousers. Yes, you dyed his hair. Okay, right. As I say, definitely with the dyed hair. As I say, I wanted to say Brill cream to start with, but I saw it and it was brown, so it was like, as I said, like he was buried in a three-piece suit. Okay. It sounds like I was with you, Bernadette. I'm sounding like okay, right. Okay. What else? Was there yellow roses on his casket? He's showing me yellow roses on his casket. Okay. He's showing me a dark brown casket, and he's showing me yellow roses on it. Not just one or two, but quite a lot of yellow roses on his casket. Okay. Yes, blue suit. Okay. Oh God, I'm not saying yes, but it's someone else again. Whew. Right, come on, give me something so I can separate everyone, please. Right, this gentleman is telling me that at some point, either himself, which I think it was him, or someone around him, i.e. you, went on safari. He's telling me about safari over in Kenya. Okay, I asked something to separate you, and he's given me Kenya. Yes, yellow roses. Thank you, Bernadette. Right. Can anyone understand Kenya? Can anyone understand a safari? A safari where they saw tigers, lions, giraffes, that sort of thing, is what he's given me. So if anyone can understand that, he's telling me that should separate. Okay. Anyone understand Kenya? Anyone understand, even if it's not in Kenya, a safari anywhere? Amazing evidence given. Thank you so much, Lorraine. As I say, I do need it separated. And as I say, I'd really like to know if he went to Africa with his son. Perfect. Thank you so much. I'm with you, Bernadette. Okay. I was thinking that all along, but I just wasn't sure because other people were coming up with the same sort of answers. Thank you, Bernadette. Right. I am with you. Okay. Right. What would you like to say to Bernadette? What would you like to say to Bernadette? Have you got a brand new grandchild? A brand new grandchild, or you're going to have a brand new grandchild, is what he's given me. He went overseas a lot. Okay. He's given me brand new grandchild. The words brand new grandchild, Bernadette. Do you understand that at all? Are you going to be a grandmother, or are you just about to be a grandmother, or have you made your mum a grandmother? Do you understand that? Thank you, Lorraine. Did anyone understand that at all? Again, apologies for looking down. There is a lag, so I'll give you a minute to see if you can answer it. Do you understand? Yes, a granddaughter and one due. Thank you. Thank you. He's saying congratulations. That's what he's saying. He's saying congratulations, and he's saying that you're those children's world. You are those children's world. He's saying that he's never far away. This man is never far away, and he's saying how you have changed your life so much since these children have come along, that, and you'll know what I'm speaking about. It's like you've gone from one person to another person, if you can understand that. And I don't know if it's because you are now spiritually aware where you wasn't before. But he's just saying it's like seeing an entirely different person when you're with these children, since the children have come along. And that's what he's saying. He loves the difference in you. I was thinking about what he'd think about them today. Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. But it's you that he's proud of. Yes, he's proud of those, but it's you that he's proud of, if you can understand that, Bernadette. He's saying there's been such a positive change in you that he's making my heart just swell, if that makes sense, and it's you that he's proud of. So, yeah, I'm going, yes I have. I've had all 5 of them yesterday. Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. And as I say, he's just saying about this new one to come along. He just loves it how the family has grown, you know, and it's you that he's proud of. Yes, he's proud of the kids, but it's you. Okay, yeah, the children mean the world to me, and he knows that. He knows that, and he just finds it so. I can't even think of the word, but he's just so, as I say, in love with the idea that you're happy with them, if that makes sense, and that's what he wants. That's what he wants you to know. That it's you that he's proud of. That it's you that his heart swells for, if that makes sense. So with that, I'll leave his love with you, and thank you so much for working with me, and we got there eventually. So thank you. So that's after 8:30 now. So I'll love you and leave you, and brand new one due in 6 weeks. Oh, congratulations! I think that's what he was getting at. That, as I say, it's another one to love, if you know what I mean. So yeah. So I'll leave love with you, and thank you so much for coming on and supporting me today. And hopefully, as I say, I'll be on again. I'll be on again quite soon. If Lorraine wants me back, I'll be back. Okie doke. So thank you so much. Bye bye.